Hey you, good morning. It is 7:45, nearly the end of February, and it's 2 degrees chilly outside. Icy cold. I've just dropped Luke off at school, and I'm gonna do a run down to the dump, trimming down some of the detritus. Anyway, it's amazing actually, this having gone back to Hyde Park, Speaker's Corner, after 2 months away, how things have changed somewhat there. And again, the guy Pavlov, who seems to be content over everything's guy on all things spherical Earth, or all things anti-flat Earth, he was very illuminating. Ooh, I saw with my thumbnail that I'd kind of done like a sort of, I've covered one eye. People are going to go, that's some sort of thing, but it's just the way the shadow's throwing in my car right now. Okay, so deal with it as you will. But for me, the conversation in Speaker's Corner, it's funny how it can be pulled back to the basics, actually. You know, you realize that people don't really even have a grasp on the basics. And you know, this issue of how the moon works was brought back to my attention. And this guy Pavlov, who seems to be, you know, the big speaker on science, perhaps he's going to work with Brian Cox in the future. But you know, he says to me, so genuinely, honestly, says to me, this is the same guy who said that planes coming towards us look like they're going up because they're coming up over the ball. He really said that. I thought lately I should have asked him whether he went to school with Ali G, because that was really a really like dumb thing to say. So this other thing, he comes and says that among a few crackers, he goes, he says the shadow on the moon. The shadow on the moon is caused by the Earth thrown on it. And I know that we were taught that too at school, but you know, I said to him, but there has to be something more to it, because it's not just, you know, it's not, you know, it's often up in the daytime. He's like, what? No, I shit you not. This is how little that people are paying attention. They just watch a few Vsauce videos. You know, like you know, some half-witted kind of attempt to throw mud at you know, the aspects of the theory that don't quite stack up, or that can't be proven, like the wall, the edge, the dome, you know, how exactly do the sun and the moon work, what are they, and so on, and all these things, which are all of a sudden a burden of proof put upon you because you're no longer willing to believe in their magical ball. But this guy, Pavlov, truly, honestly thinks that the sun is being blocked by the Earth when it throws a shadow. And then you say, but how come that, Pavlov? How come you got the moon way up there in the sky, and the sun, as you know, is well risen and shining upon my face? Oh, but then they start to kind of, they want to move on to some other conversation about, oh, the shape of my retina, my eye can't see in 3 colors, only see 3 colors and stuff like that. I'm like, no, but how's that happening? So the ones who've thought about this before go, no, well, it's actually just shining a light on the other side of the ball. Really? So that's why they call it the dark side of the moon, chump, because they've never seen the other side of the ball. They've never seen what's on the other side. If they could do, they would have taken pictures of it as they flew around on the Apollo missions. It was 17 or 18 missions went around the moon, but no one's ever seen the backside of the moon. Fact. You know, and by the way, if they really landed on the moon, and the moon is so bright as to shine her light upon the entire Earth and lighten up the entire Earth at full moon, like at nighttime. If she's able to do that, then men standing on that moon would have been flooded in so much light that no camera would be able to make them out. So we really have had our critical thinking robbed from us, and I was so reminded of that at Speaker's Corner, because, you know, the guy's coming with fatuous arguments such as the Earth is creating the shadow on the moon, have really still been kind of only listening to sort of high school science in their minds and haven't really moved on from that. They're still trapped in that. I don't know exactly how these work, but as I said, I think they're electromagnetic. It's an electromagnetic torus system. There's multiple torus in play, I think, and we're interpreting an energetic center, or an energetic vortex, black hole in the sun, and the opposite of that perhaps in the moon. As I remind people, it is now we know it to be a cold light, the moon, rather than a hot light, as is the sun. So it's the antithesis in some respects. It rolls through the sky. I didn't say this stuff in the park. It kind of slipped my mind because I'm under fire. I need to get better at that. But I got to say, you know, people need to kind of move on too, you know, because I was listening to a guy called Static in the Attic, and his channel is very informative. And he's one of a crop of newer, kind of, to my mind anyway, newer content creators that have moved past the yes, it's flat, or you know, planes are coming up over the ball, and oh my gosh, I've got to come and remember some of these other corkers they came up with in the park. But you know, the truth is that we could squabble about this with you know, the diehard numbnuts that are the scientismists, who believe in theory as their kind of master, and you know, and we could grapple with them for many a decade. But I don't know that that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to kind of grow. So, you know, how do we grow, and how do we come together? And this is what I am calling for, you know. So I don't mind that you don't want to look at this science. I haven't got a dog in that race. But bodies of water are all level and horizontal with every other body of water. That's an important thing to drum into your mind. Horizontal with every other body of water. In other words, if you cross-sectioned our Earth, you could not get lines of water to bisect, other than if they were on the same level. But horizontal means that they never touch, they never bisect, they never go around. People keep saying the ships are going down. If they're going down, then the receiving port must be lower. It must be coming back up then from the receiving port. But the guy at the receiving port will swear on his life that the ships are going down too. That, my friends, is also a logical fallacy or a possibility, in the same way as a moon that is way up in the sky could be receiving any shadowing from this body that's beneath it. If you still think that,